Bonjour, my friends. Please make sure to always like and comment on these videos before you do anything else. That way the YouTube algorithm treats us with kid gloves, and I'm a happy streamer. Thank you so much. Bienvenue, my friends, to the Franco-Prussian War. We're actually going to be playing as France for this battle, and as you can see, we are already in a marching formation. Guys, we're doing everything we can to stop the Prussian invader here and come out with a victory. Now, I actually see a few different areas which they could get on the field, but I'm anticipating that they're going to go over here to the bridge. Likely not the case. Of course, we'll have to wait and see. I'm actually going to keep a cavalry unit over here just to kind of keep an eye on the enemy. We'll put this guy here. And maybe with our Foreign Legion, we'll go ahead and actually get him up here too. But I'm going to actually first wait and see what the enemy does exactly. Of course, we've got these units in march formation towards the bridge, with the goal, of course, of getting there before the enemy does. If that works out, I think we're in a pretty decent position. Looks like they're just changing formations here, potentially going into march formation, as a matter of fact. Same situation here, guys. Simply going to get those guys into place, and actually about there, we can get them into a more standard formation. I like that you can switch that formation the same turn that you get here. Really does help out quite a bit. And again, I'm not seeing much movement over here, but I'm sure that if the enemy crosses, they're going to have to cross over here or over here, which gives us a pretty good indicator of where we need to wait to get some nice attacks. Now, another thing I'm going to do is bring over our Lancers, and I have to say, like, of all the cavalry units in the game, the Lancers are without a doubt my favorite. I don't know if it's because they get some sort of charge bonus, but I tend to do pretty well with these Lancer units. There's actually a hill right there. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this, guys, but I am going to push for the hill. I'm pushing across the hill. Across the bridge, I should say, to get to the hill. These guys should be getting into standard columns. There we go. Not sure why this guy doesn't want to go to a standard column. There we go. Because we had them, we had both units here. And actually, we can switch him next turn. As long as the reserve unit is the way I want him, I don't see much of an issue there. We'll also get the artillery. And guys, as always... Actually, nope, I'm lying. I was going to say, as always, I got horse-drawn artillery. The only reason I didn't was because I had another 60 points to spend, so I splurged out on the more expensive howitzers here. Not bad, not bad. We are still getting over there, folks. And in fact, we might need to be a reserve unit temporarily here as we get to the battlefield. But I've still got my eye on this section, and I just hope that this is going to be enough to put a stop to any Prussian push over here. Look at that, folks. So I was trying to get on the hill this turn, but we'll have to wait till next turn. Nonetheless, got a pretty good setup here, guys. Kind of just waiting at the bridge, really. There we go. That's what I'm waiting for. And we're just going to keep that line here. Essentially just waiting for the Prussians. Come at us. We'll finish you off. And, of course, we'll keep our eye over here. I could even attempt to cross. You know what? We're going to do it, guys. We're going to call the enemy's bluff. I'm going to get over on this small island and just await the foe. We can get our Lancers out as well. In fact, our Lancers can start heading for that group of enemies over there. I love this march formation. Really allows us to get into position a lot faster than before. Oh, here we go. I doubt they're going to actually push for it. I think it's almost crazy. Well, wait a minute. Nope, they're pushing for it. They are pushing for it, man. They see us at that bridge and they're like, we do not want you to have all the fun over there. But it looks like those units over there are kind of just staying put. They might wait and see how these guys perform in battle. Cavalry. I'm actually also seeing a potential attack on their artillery guys all the way back here. Alright, first things first. Pretty sure we can fire over the men here, although unfortunately they're just barely out of range. What I am going to do, I want to take that hill no matter what, guys. So let's go for the hill right here. Believe we can get a shot as well. Fantastic. We are in the age of rifles, which means that we've got breech loaders, one of the most devastating weapons of the time, but also one of the most effective weapons of the time. So hopefully we can finish off these Prussians. And I'm going to have him just simply fire at will twice. So this way, if the enemy does anything crazy, we'll be prepared to fire at will. I'm also going to get these Lancers and start making my way over towards the cavalry units. But I'm still not seeing much movement over here. I think we're going to have to turn around and face them over here in the open field here, if I'm not mistaken. But luckily, we're getting all of those legions in place, even our French Foreign Legion. Let's get our artillery out here as well, folks. Man, this is the first time I've actually crossed the bridge myself. In fact, if you've seen any of my other multiplayer videos, my biggest bit of advice is don't cross bridges. Especially not if there's enemies on the other side. But in this situation, worked out beautifully. Look at that volley. Nice frontal hit, a second frontal hit. And I'm concerned about the charge bonus of the enemy here. They could go for a lot of damage against us. There we go. Vive la France! Another volley. And I love those double volleys, man. Can somebody in the comments below, you should know this if you're a Grognard, tell us what rifles the French were using during this war. Of course, they didn't win the war due to the superior logistics by the Germans, excuse me, by the Prussians, but they had some incredible rifles. They really did. There we go. Everybody's in position. And the question is, can we take out this first group? Almost certainly. That's our... You know what? I'm going to try to get the Lancers. I don't think the Lancers are going to get to the artillery, so here's what we're going to do. Charge. I'm going to turn the Grenadiers just to get the perfect hit. No, that's not going to work. So a turn means they cannot fire. That's a shame. Let's actually just have them do fire at will. And with the line infantry, I'm going to charge. I'm going to assist my cavalry on this charge. In the meantime, I am sending the rest of my units this way. So we're already making our way over here to face the larger Prussian group. I absolutely want to make sure that that cannon is in a good position here. And you know what? We're even going to start pushing forward with our French Foreign Legion. This is what they're for, these extremely dangerous options, so that our standard French troops can be safe. Is he bogged down? No way. No, he's not. Just an interesting way to cross. All right, there we go. Vive la France. Let's hope it works out. There we go. Frontal hit. They got a frontal hit on us. There we go with the charge and completely flank them. Fantastic. We didn't necessarily have to charge over here. We could have gone for some shots. But let's see if we at least get some volleys with this unit. And I don't think we need to focus too many units over here to beat them. In fact, maybe another cavalry charge would send them running. And there we go. You gotta love that suppressive fire. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm thinking we do just an instant charge, guys. It would be a downhill charge. Unfortunately, they're not quite close enough for us to accomplish one. The other option is just to keep firing. And considering that this guy is on his last legs. I think that might actually be the correct approach. We're going to send the cavalry through the woods over here. Actually, not through the woods because he'll get bogged down. We're going to send him over here, prepare for a charge against the enemy. And with our line infantry, I'm simply going to continue towards the Prussian line over there, or towards the Prussian main force, I should say. I'm actually going to switch these guys back into march formation, just so that they can get into position a lot faster. For instance, these guys are already in march formation, and look how close they are to the enemy. So here we go, march formation, and now we'll go back into standard formation next turn. I'm also going to push the Foreign Legion forward, but you could see, very muddy ground here, and I'm almost certain that will get us stuck. These guys, I believe, are currently stuck. Just not much we can do about that, except continue on towards the foe. I'm making sure we're not forgetting any troops. Here we go. Beautiful. Look at that. Of course, nasty hit there by the enemy artilleryman. I did not expect them to do much damage, but they just blew our men to hell. We just lost an infantry unit due to the enemy arty, and that's amazing. Very effective Prussian artillery. We know that the Prussians have the Krupp guns, the finest artillery in the game. I have no doubt that's what just obliterated our men there. You will be remembered, men. Charge, first thing, first order of business. And then with this grenadier unit, once again, we're going to turn into march formation. And since we haven't done anything else this turn, we can immediately start proceeding forward. I'm going to do the same thing. Actually, he should already be in march formation. There we go. That's got to be a little bit of a bug. We're so close to being able to actually hit them with the arty, but not quite. So I am continuing to push forward, folks. And it looks like our French Foreign Legion is also arriving. How fantastic would it be if we get our Foreign Legion, our cuirassiers, all of these men into this location at once? And again, I want to get into that standard formation here. Très bien. Guys, we are so close. Just look at those Prussians trying to defend this area. Chargez! And there we go. That back charge damaged a bunch of them. We'll certainly break them next turn. All right, look at that. They are pushing. They are pushing. I wasn't sure they would have the bravery to make a push here, but they absolutely are. Doubling up over here. Wow. Let's see if they get a volley. I don't think so, because they actually have that unit in reserve. This may be a day for France. It's still going to take one more charge, it seems, to really break through the enemy. But in the meantime, we can start pushing these guys forward. Although before we do that, guys, we've got the breech loaders. We're going to do a double volley here, especially with the breech loaders. Can I hit them from here? Not quite. I'm so close to being able to hit them with the Foreign Legion. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to put the Foreign Legion in a really unsafe spot. And that is, of course, right there in the middle of the river. But I see just such a great chance to get a devastating attack. Put the cavalry into reserve. And look at that. We might be able to even get some shots here with our artillery unit. And of course, guys, we are continuing forward with the line infantry. At some point here, in fact, right now, I think we can just, yeah, we'll flip them back to a standard formation. But our goal here is to completely eviscerate the remaining Prussian units. I think we can do it, guys. I think this will be a fantastic fight. But no, they moved out of the way right at the last second. We did still get a side hit. Of course, that is probably going to stop a lot of the damage we otherwise were going to get. Although we did a devastating blow to their cavalry. Let's see if we still get the shots. Unfortunately not. This is why the new suppressive fire ability... I mean, it's always been there, but it's greatly improved, is such a useful skill here. because that really gives us a chance to just shoot them down before they move out of those dangerous formations. There we go. Damn! Nice shot. Our cannons actually landed a hit. I'm pretty proud of them. But as you can see, 60% of the enemy army still remains. And unfortunately, yep, I expected that. Those cavalry units are bogged down. The best thing we can do here is try and shoot down the enemy units right here. That's 2 volleys. Let's try and get 2 volleys here. Really trying to spread out that damage if I can. And again, standard formation. And I'm just going to keep these guys on suppressive fire. That's simple. The Grenadier of the Guard here. Beautiful. And look at that, guys. We're going to hopefully be able to get some additional shots. This is assuming they don't move from that location. Let's also grab our Lancers. Did I mention how much I love this cavalry unit? We're going to bring those Lancers back. And I believe even then we get 2 shots. But I don't expect these shots to land because I think the enemy will be moving a lot. So let's simply move. Not the greatest positioning. Simply move him right. Come on now. There we go. And then, unfortunately, we can't move with the cavalry this turn. But let's see how it goes. The goal in this battle is to destroy 85% of the enemy army. That's not necessarily realistic, because essentially if you destroy 70% of the enemy army, the battle is over. But I wanted to give our guys the best chance possible, and we did indeed completely destroy the the cavalry, and just destroyed their infantry as well. What a devastating blow there. Man, it looks like the legionaries still have it, and if not for those breach loaders, I'm not sure we would have done this well. All mailed. Are they targeting us? No, I think we're going to be okay. That seemed to have been the enemy's last hurrah. And I would go straight into the woods, but we know what happens when we go into the woods. We get bogged down. So instead, I'll go here. And then with our cuirassiers. Uh-oh. Actually, before our cuirassiers do anything, let's just get a good old-fashioned volley here with our breach loaders. We are continuing to leave this unit in a very dangerous spot. And that is, of course, leaving the unit in that river. But I'm hoping that we outnumber the enemy to such a degree right now that it's not going to make a difference. There's our French Foreign Legion. We're going to start firing at any units in our line of sight. Going to bring forward the Grenadier of the Guard as well. And same exact deal, guys. Just trying to spread this damage around. That's fine. This is just assuming no one has done damage there to that unit, although I doubt that's going to occur. Here we go. I love that positioning. One good charge, and we are through. Unfortunately, they are continuing to advance here, which is making it a little more difficult for us to hit them. I'm telling you, that suppressive fire is the way to go. We might go for one grand finale charge here, guys. That's definitely something I'm considering here. There we go. Ah, beautiful. Our artillery continues to do devastating damage. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to first volley, charge, And this is our French Foreign Legion.
Grenadier de la Garde.
And then with our Lancers. There we go, another charge.
Infanterie de ligne.
And, of course, moving that final unit in here. I'm hoping that this is the coup de grace we've been looking for.
Bien sûr, mon général.
Vive la France! So close. Look at him, man. He's down to just a tiny bit of health. But there are still units there that are alive, incredibly. We did get the side charge. We just wasted one of these units. What is their percentage as? I think if they lose one more unit, victory is ours. Yeah, see a nasty hit there because we were in that river tile. Très bien. And there we go, my friends. A glorious victory for France. We did get that final volley there, and the enemy is running in terror. I always love to do these. They are quite fun. And in case you want to see the actual casualty count of such a battle, let's take a look there. Oh, that's right. We don't get a casualty count. That would be really cool, though. But nonetheless, I will take the win. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. And if you really enjoy these Fire and Maneuver videos and you want more, make sure to mention Fire and Maneuver in the comments. Thank you so much, my friends, and I'll catch you on the next one.